because of course these characters aren't you and your mother, but they have an overlap in terms of experience. And did you find it difficult to revisit those times? Because there's a lot of sadness and difficulty that you're describing.
There is a lot of sadness and difficulty, and what I did was I tapped into emotions that I felt, maybe not exact circumstances or situations, but emotions that I felt growing up as a teenager. And teenage years are very tumultuous, they're very emotional, they're very deep, with a lot of pains and ups and downs. So I tapped into those emotions and then created a story around that. And so yeah,
I mean, that's a great feat. I know you have one teenage son, but he's a son and not a daughter, and it's difficult to now go back to how one felt at 13. Did you have any tricks for doing that, or did you just take the imaginative leap?
I didn't start with story. I started with emotion. I started with a felt sense. So I wrote from a place of a certain emotion. I would feel, I would be in a feeling. And then I would write from that place of that feeling of, because the emotions keep coming back. Even when you're an adult, they're just not as intense and not as hopeless. Yes. But they keep coming back. So if I'd be feeling, a certain sense of loss or so on, I'd start writing, and then story would come about, and then I would, hook in with Serena and start writing from that point of view and have something happen to her. But I would check it with emotion.
Because it flows so naturally. I mean, did you spend a lot of time reorganizing it and making full starts?
They were, yes, I wrote it in pieces. And the pieces, they came with the emotions, and then I put them together as, and yes, we did some major rearranging. And
I never would have guessed that you'd done it. I mean, I do that, and I wish I didn't do that. But it's very hard to get a real sense of momentum if you're writing. It's like shooting a movie act sequence. You're writing the middle here, and then you're writing Act 2, and then you're writing Act 4, and then piecing them together, you still need a through line, don't you? And
yes.
This has a very strong through line and emotional momentum carrying you along.
I think pieces of it I had to write into it to make it all come together, but most of it was written as emotional. Yeah. And then there was also a part, one of my editors actually specifically talked about the emotional ups and downs. Yes. And so, and he specifically said, okay, we're having too much down here. We need something to bring us up again. So there was definitely a rhythm, like music,
yes,
to have the emotions flow so that you don't get too deep into one and not get stuck and can't get out.